Greetings. This is Doc Ock coming at you live and direct from Black Facts headquarters central right here in Kent, Ohio. The place where it's all happening all the time. And we about to drop a dime tonight because we're in the process of getting ready to go to homecoming. Yes, that's right. We're talking about the tailgate. If you haven't been to a tailgate before, this is the one to go to. It's free. The parking's free. There's going to be plenty of food, fun, people, laughs, a reunion of all sorts, with particularly with the KSU Black alumni. So, the time is now. The time is right. So let's go on and take flight. And tonight, I did not prepare a proverb tonight. So we're going to have to go off the cuff. Let me see. Proverb for tonight. Okay, well, some things go bump in the night. Some things give you a real fright. Some things are quite a sight. But the thing you should be afraid of the most is something you cannot even see. Now, what do you think that could be? And I'll leave it at that. I'm just going to drop that like a big cat in the hat, a little riddle for tonight. Meanwhile, our story for tonight is well, I tell you what, for this entire month, we're going to tell old time scary stories. So, no, we're not going to tell stories about Chucky. We're not going to tell stories about the Texas Chain Massacre. We're not going to do any of those kind of stories. But what we are going to do is we're going to tell some tales, some old time scary stories. That's what we're going to do. We're going to tell some old time scary stories. And matter of fact, I just tuned up an album I'm going to use tonight with some imagery that'll scare the bejeebas out of you. Yes, scare the bejeebas right out of you. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to add this to our, no, leave that out. Nope. Just looking for some of the, yeah, there we go. All right. So, get ready, get set, and let's go. First story up tonight is a story as told by Jackie Torrance, read by none other than myself, Doc Ock. And here we go. Yep, here we go. Old time scary stories. Let's tune up our let's go ahead and tune up our slideshow for tonight. You know, every time we do a slideshow, we start off with a few pictures, and every night we add a few more. So expect to see that again tonight. We're going to keep adding more and more, but tonight, you're only going to see a few, but you're going to see some really scary pictures. So get ready, get set, because here we come. Oh my God. Why won't it do it? Wait a minute. What happened? Where's my slideshow at? Let's try it again. Okay, one more time. Now, it should do it right there. Okay, now it's not tuning up my slideshow. Okay, now what happened? Why did it not work? Let's see. Hate it when this happens. All right, well, let's try. Oops, I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit this one here. Let's try this one here. Oh, shucks. Okay. Okay, now I just lost everything. Bear with me un momentito. It's like I just lost everything. I don't know where anything went. Everything just kind of went haywire here. Oh, here. I can go over here. Let's see if I can get it here. Okay, can't do it there either. Jeez. Hate when it does this. All right, now let's see if we can do it this time. We'll try it one more time. See if it'll work for us this time. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Okay. Old time scary stories. Here we go. See if we can get the slideshow to run. Come on now. If it doesn't show up, I can't. It's not much I can do about that. Let's see if I can get it to show up this time. Maybe it was too scary. Maybe that's what the problem is. Too scary for y'all. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. One more time. Come on. Dang. Huh. I guess it just doesn't like these stories for some reason. It's not doing anything. I can see them there, but then they won't go where I want them to. All right, now let's try it. Oh, shucks. Okay, well, I guess we'll do it without the pictures. How about that? Maybe we'll just have to do it without the pictures since it won't let me show the pictures. I can't, for the life of me, I can't figure out why. So it always works, but tonight it wants to do something different. Doesn't want to work like it usually does. Yeah, sure it doesn't. Okay. No, okay, here. Let's try this here. I got that. That. No. Everything shows up except that one. Okay, so let's see. What story am I going to read tonight? Oh, here, how about this one here? Okay, let's see. I'm looking for something really scary. Here, how about this one here? Soldier Jack. Now, Jack lived with his mother, his father, and his two brothers, Tom and Will, for at least 20 years. The family lived on a farm way up in the mountains. Now, Jack, well, he wanted to be like his brothers. A lazy, you know? His brothers hated work. Every morning, Jack's father would say, Come on, boys, let's go to work. And Tom would say, "Oh, but Daddy, I don't want to go to work." Will would say, "I'll get up in a minute." Jack watched this. Father tired of begging the boys to get up. So he thought, "Oh, my knee baby, he will get up." So he went over to Jack and he said, "Get up, son. Time to go to work. Right now." Jack would turn over and look at his dad and say, "Oh, I don't want to go to work, Daddy." But Jack's dad would not take that from him. He pulled the covers back and gave Jack a big whack. "Get up, boy." And Jack said, "I'm up, I'm up." Now, Jack's work was simple. Milk one cow, bring in 2 buckets of water from the well, then cut up some wood. That's all he had to do. But it took him all day long to do those simple things. Well, Jack tired of that. Tom and Will would get away with not working and saying they didn't want to work, but not Jack. Jack said, "Enough is enough. I'm running away." So one morning, early in the morning, Jack put on his bibbed overalls, put on his t-shirt, put on his hat, and slipped from the window. Well, now, Jack had not been away from home a lot. So after he passed the 2 mile marker, he was lost. Well, he was thinking, "I should have waited before I ran off. I should have eaten breakfast first." He was getting a little bit hungry. He accused me. Wait a minute. I should have eaten before breakfast first. He was getting a little hungry. He said to a man that he passed on the road, "Excuse me, sir. I'm Jack. Do you know where I can find some breakfast?" The man said, "Why don't you go down there to the army post? Maybe they'll give you breakfast." Jack said, "That's a good idea." Soon Jack found himself at the army post. The sergeant said, "Yep, what you want?" Jack said, "I just want some breakfast." "Well," said the sergeant, "if you eat breakfast around here, you have to be in the army." Jack said, "All right, how do I get in the army?" The sergeant said, "Well, now." He turned around, picked up a pencil and a piece of paper. "Do you see that dotted line right there?" Jack said. "Yes, I do." The sergeant said, "Sign here." So Jack wrote it in scrawny motions very slowly what the captain sergeant had written above. Mm. Mm-hmm. Um, he turned around, picked up a piece of paper. Oh, you already wrote that. Okay, so Jack wrote in. Now, what does that mean? "It means you're in the army," Jack said. "Does it mean I can get breakfast too?" The sergeant said, "Yep, come on in." The sergeant said, "But before that, let me explain something to you. We ain't fighting no wars, so we ain't paying no money. We will give you some food 3 times a day, give you a clean uniform, and we'll give you a bed to sleep on." Jack said, "That's fine with me." He slept every night. He had 3 meals every day, and he always had clean clothes. Now the army, now Jack stayed, where's that at? Well, that started Jack's career in the army. He slept every night. He had between 3 meals every day, and he had 3 meals every day, and he always had clean clothes. Jack stayed in the army for 10 years. oh, excuse me, and enjoyed what the army was doing for him. But one day, Jack said, enough of this. I think I need to get on out and go back home. Well, now, just before Jack left the army, his parents had passed away. So Jack knew that his brothers, Tom and Will, were still at home. So he was going home. He said to the sergeant, Sergeant, I've been in the army long enough. I think I'd like to get out. The sergeant said, it's all right with me. Just a minute. He turned around, picked up a piece of paper, and handed Jack a pencil. Jack said, what do I do with this? The sergeant said, erase your name. Jack erased. Erasing motions. Very slowly, he erases the J, the A, the C, and the K from his name. Jack said, what does that mean? It means you're out of the army. She said, oh. Jack said, well, thank you. I'll be going now. The sergeant said, wait a minute. We have to help you on your way. Here's a new suit. Put it on. And we're giving you 2 loaves of bread. Oh, Jack said, I want this suit. It's a fine suit. But why don't you keep them loaves of bread? No, the sergeant said, this here is what we give you when we don't pay no money. This will help you till you find your own bread. Keep you from starving. That's the idea. Oh, I'm gonna finish this page, and then we'll be about done. Oh, Jack said, well, all right. He put them 2 loaves of bread. Oh, right. So the sergeant said, this here is what we give you when we don't pay no money. This will help you till you find your own bread. Oh, Jack said, well, all right. He put them 2 loaves of bread under his arm and started home. And he walked, 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 and he walked some more. And then he walked, and he walked, and he walked, and he walked, and he walked. Well, Jack was getting tired, and so was Elizabeth. She'd been tired. He was now becoming he was knowing that his home was way up in the hills and he had a long, long walk to go. But then, just as he was headed toward the hills, he happened to see a man standing beneath a tree. This man had a piece of wood in his hand and a pocket knife. He was standing there working on that piece of wood. Jack came up to him and said, howdy do. The man said, howdy do what? The man had a piece of wood in his hand and a pocket knife. He was standing there working on that piece of wood. Jack came up to him and said, howdy do. The man said, howdy, Jack. He screamed. He seemed to know Jack. Jack said, what you doing? The man said, I'm whittling on a piece of wood. Jack said, oh yeah, tin trash, yeah. Right? Okay. As you can see, I am pretty frazzled today. So I'm going to break off right here on page 55, where the man is whittling a piece of wood with his pocket knife. And we'll return to this story tomorrow night. Yeah, we'll try it again tomorrow night. And hopefully I have a little bit more energy. Meanwhile, come look for us tomorrow out there in the parking lot at Kent State, at Dick Stadium, down on Summit Avenue or Route 261. That'll get you there as well. So come on out tomorrow. I'm going to get something to eat and try to get in bed early right after I make me some African love. Now, if you would like some African love, make sure to come on out there tomorrow. I'm speaking to the adults. For the children, y'all know what you need to do, and you should have already done it, whether I told you to or not. And that is to lay your little head down on your little pillow, on your little bed, and close those eyes while you wait on that sun to rise. And when you feel those sunbeams beaming down on your eyes, that's when you know it's time for you to rise and shine. Peace out without a doubt, y'all. And of course, not without justice. Peace with justice. And let me just give a shout out to Kenneth Bell and Chris Oxner, and somebody else was out there. Wait a minute, I know I saw him. There he goes, Ben Holbert. All right. So, we'll be black tomorrow, and we'll continue on with our story about Jack. Soldier Jack. Soldier Jack. Peace out now.